I have been trying to shoot a video for way too long and I keep changing my mind about what I want to do. So I figured let's just take a walk this morning, be brutalized by the sun together. It's up there somewhere. It hurts, I don't know. And have some coffee. I guess what you probably need to know most is that the move is in another delay. That's how moving goes, isn't it? We're at the part where we're almost ready to clear the land, but there's like paperwork that has to be finished first. Of course, there's always stuff like that. And there's always stuff that, like, when you're going through the process of figuring out what you need to do, there's things that you didn't have on your list because you didn't know that they existed. But it's still on, it's still going. The land should be cleared here in the next couple of weeks, and then we get to put down a house, and then solar and irrigation and everything else. It's exciting, it's slow moving, it's, you know, life. So I did grab a teeny bit of footage out there the last time I was there. My lake. The gardens here have been a bit stressed, I guess is the best way to put it lately. We're already in the hundreds. Today is going to be 100. It should be our last day, our last triple digit day for a little bit though. We have a cool front coming in. Right now it's like 8:15 in the morning. It's 81 degrees. The heat index is 91 and the humidity is 82%. So it's gross. And my plants are responding as if it's gross already. I do have sunflowers. They're nice. I've been having soil issues again, y'all. I'm back to that whole thing. That's the video that I've been trying to make for y'all, is about that. But you let me know if a soil brand has let me down. Do I say the name of it? Because that feels like wrong in some kind of a way, but also right, because y'all need to know. So tell me down below, if a soil brand or 3 have broken my heart, do you want to know their names? Comments, please. The Fuji Guild that I gave y'all a tour of has been completely overtaken by grass. I don't know what happened with the grass. Well, I guess I do. We had like too much rain. By the end of May, we'd had 30 inches and we usually have 40 in a year. So by the end of May, we just had too much rain. Like some plants just, it was, yeah. But the grass at that point was like, yeah! And it went everywhere. So this is my beautiful Fuji Guild that I showed y'all a while back. I'm working on it like in little sections at a time. I haven't had enough caffeine yet. I'm working on it in little sections at a time so that I can like not totally burn myself out on it. But yeah, let's go look at tomatoes because there's some good stuff down there. This is actually the worst time of day for me to record the tomatoes because angry ball of light right there. But here we are. So the tomatoes are doing okay. I need to come out and tie them up. A lot of them are leaning away from their trellises, like this. That's not good. I need to take care of that. But considering the weather, I mean, like, they don't look bad. The one on this end, I always let go along the fence, so it's doing that. I have had a request for showing how I get my tomatoes to last until fall, so I might be doing that soon. But even in the heat, this is what I wanted to show y'all. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Oh, they're over here. Even in the heat, look at this. These are some Thorburns terracotta. There's 3 of those. And then we've got some little black cherries on this plant. And there's more going over that way. I let this end do the sprawling onto the fence thing too. There's a spider web right here. I don't know if y'all can see that well, but there's two of them. I'm standing between them. Let's see, I saw some gobstoppers. Where did y'all go? Gobstopper, here they are. And then there's I think it's another Thorburns, this plant. Oh, this is a Cherokee purple. But this is the exciting plant. This is a black cherry. And I think I've told y'all before, these are always my first to produce, my last to produce. They last the longest through the heat. Oh, a green zebra. Hi, green zebra. But yeah, black cherry are always my best. They just produce. I don't know what they do different, but like even in hot weather. Now, last year when we got up to like 115 and all that, they were not producing in that. But they have still been putting on fruit at 100. So that is amazing. And I do want to show y'all my really, really technical method for how I pollinate my tomatoes. Let me see if I can find a flower that's open. Okay, tomato flowers have male and female parts. They're called perfect flowers. So all you have to do is shake the flower and then the pollen moves to the right part. But I'm not going to go through and shake every flower. So this is, are you ready? Watch those tomatoes. Here's how I do it. Every morning, every evening, I shake my trellis, and that is all. I know, I told you, it was highly technical. I wasn't lying. I guess some other updates about the land. We got the bee house put up. See, it used to sit here, and we took it out and we got it put up in a tree, and y'all, that was ridiculous. That thing is heavy. It's a swarm trap. It holds like 5 frames, 6 frames, something like that. Not much, it's small. It's heavy. So we ended up with like, out in the woods without a ladder, first of all. It's about 5 feet up in the air. We picked it up and I put it on top of my head and I leaned my back against the tree and held it there while my friend ratchet strapped it most of the way to the tree. And then when his arms wore out, I took over and then I ran my pinky finger through the ratchet, which this has been like a month ago, and I have barely a scar. Please excuse my garden manicure. But y'all, my finger was numb for like hours, like numb, no feeling, which is good because initially the pain was ridiculous. But yeah, I ran my finger through a ratchet strap, putting my swarm trap in a tree. And I've run a finger through a pulley before, and you know, it's just, I'm interoception. No, that's what my body is doing on the inside. Proprioception. So like I can flip and twist and know where I am in the air, but I don't know where my finger is in a ratchet strap. And I don't know, like, I'm about to hit the corner of a wall. So this kind of thing is not unusual for me. It's just, I felt really dumb. So also out there, one of the holdups is that there's a dam out there, and the dam needed to be like inspected and all that stuff. It was due, and so we've been working on figuring all that out. And I've been doing a dam safety course. And I swear there's a 12-year-old inside of me who loves saying these kinds of things, but I've been doing a dam safety course and learning how to like take care of dam walls and inspect dam walls and do all of the dam maintenance. And I swear it's silly, but it thrills me to say this. Like, we all get giggly about like not really cussing, right? Right? And so now I'm getting together my list and doing all the stuff so that I can do all of the dam maintenance out there and make sure that it's like inspected on a regular schedule and that all this stuff is kept up with. They came and cleared all of the trees and brush off of the dam, so I need to, oh, I was supposed to do that yesterday. I need to order cover crop today so that I can just put, like, you know, clover, vetch, whatever, on the sides of the dam, and then spill coffee down my hand, and then when it's time to inspect it, I can just come back and scythe it. And yesterday I picked up my scythe. If you would like to help me get my scythe, you can go to Buy Me a Coffee. There's a link in the description, and you can donate toward my scythe. Just put scythe on the thing. It's going to be about $300, and I don't necessarily have that right now, but I'm not planning on buying it right now. So I'm going to need a scythe to keep up with the dam because I can't take equipment down the sides of the dam because it's steep. I just got mud on my nose. So this is a project that I redid the other night. I have these little wildlife ponds around the yard. I have this one, and I have another 3-gallon tub up in my like potted plant area, and I have some terracotta saucers. I have one in the kitchen garden and one over there in the oak guild. But this one is the one that gets kind of the most wildlife because it's by the green space and the lake and stuff like that. I redid it to give it more shade, and I tried to give it a new filter, but that didn't work out. So here, take a look. I should probably dedicate a video specifically to these at some point, but for now, here it is. So it's a 3-gallon feed tub. This water is actually pretty cool right now. I just put a bunch of rocks in it. There's some bricks to fill up space and to keep the terracotta pot from like rolling side to side. There's a little stick over here for somebody to climb out if they need it. But there's also bricks, and some of the rocks come up to the sides so they can get out if they're trapped. You see that little fountain? And that little cord? And there's a solar panel sitting on top of that post right there that feeds power to this. This year we don't have a lot of bees. Around April, beginning of April, somebody to our west sprayed I don't know what. We had tons of all sorts of pollinators, and after that I started finding honeybees with their tongues stuck out and they were dead, and we haven't had any more since then, or haven't had many more since then. I've had a couple of bumblebees. It's sad, but usually in previous years this pond is usually filled with bees coming to drink. And here's a little wasp, but he's not quite as fun. Spider flower, which is very stunted from the soil problems I've been having, and the same with this zinnia here. And then I put in a holy basil, which I just put back in because somebody dug it up overnight for me. Possums and armadillos, I'm guessing. So that little pond is fun, I like it. I'm gonna do those. We have a lot of water where I'm moving. There's like water all through the land, but I'm probably still gonna do some of those. But here, I wanna show you how I made myself sick. Okay, so this is the Blackberry Guild. This is all new growth, and then the parts that look sad are the old growth that fruited this year. There was another one outside the fence. You can kind of see them right there. Half of that one got mowed, so that's not awesome. This bed, in previous years, this is the spot that I called the cursed ground because I couldn't even get comfrey to grow over here. But now I have 3 comfreys. And there's one here, there's one in the center, and then there's one on this end. And I just cut them all back and chop and drop them. But the way that I made myself sick is this bale of hay is moldy. And I spread mulch the other night. And you know, I said to myself, McCare, mold is one of your biggest allergens. Why don't you go inside and put on a mask? And I answered, because McCare, I'm tired and I want to be finished and I'm just going to do it. And then I woke up the next morning and I was like, oh, what is wrong with me? And then it took me a while and then I remembered. So it does seem to be helping. It was just everything was wilting like by 10 a.m. just from the heat. So I got down really thick mulch. Well, first I watered it super well. I watered it deep. And then I put down a lot of mulch. And then I watered again on top of it. So we have sweet potatoes. And this, I think, is a roselle. I didn't mark my roselle or my okra because I don't know why. I think this one's a roselle. And then this little marshmallow is a baby. So it should get big soon. These are all blackberries that have popped up off of the main plant. So I'm gonna dig up some of the smaller ones and take them with me. I have 2 in pots already, but they're spreading really nicely. I had a strawberry here, and then this blackberry came up under it, and then the strawberry died off. I'm gonna leave that crown there and see if it'll come back. And then I still have a strawberry back here. When the marshmallow grows in over there, it's perennial, and it gets like 5 or 6 feet tall, and it'll be wide. So that should give some shade to this side. And I did that before the blackberries started to pop up over here. So they'll give shade too. And then the strawberries should be able to do well. I think this little baby is a loofah. But like I said, you know, everything was really having problems with the heat. So that should be taken care of. And I am starting to recover from my massive bout of dumbness. I've been working in the morning and then coming back out at like 7:15 at night. But I did want to show you something. I had some plants die and I was like kind of beating myself up trying to figure out what happened. Hang on, let's go take a look. So, oh, wait, first, this was a fun thing to wake up to. We've been keeping the compost bucket, like that we put food in to bring it to the compost bin. We've been keeping it on the back porch because ants keep getting in it and they're coming into the house to get in it. It's the weather. But also possums. So this is what I got up to this morning. Isn't that lovely? I'll clean that up in a bit. Okay, here's the problem. Right here, oh, here's another problem. Okay, I had a big, gorgeous, gigantic sage bush, probably 3 feet wide, nice and tall, made these gorgeous purple flowers. There was a giant oregano patch underneath it that was like 5 feet, huge and beautiful and lush. And so we had all those like really, really heavy rains, and then we went straight into drought. It was like we rained every day. And now we haven't had rain in a month. And that's when the heat kicked in, of course. At the tail end of all the heavy rain, the sage started dying. Wilting, wet wilting. It was wilting really bad. It started to brown. It just looked awful. And I tried to like prune it to like, you know, take off the dead so the dead doesn't spread. And it didn't work. It died all the way back. This, what is left here, is what still had some green in it, but like that's even gone now. That happened, and then like maybe a week and a half into the drought, which I guess at that point wasn't drought, but it was hot, the oregano started to do the same thing. And I was like, ugh, what is going on? And then the oregano over there started to do it too. And then the oregano down there didn't look great. And then the catnip that's right over here did it. And I'm like, what is going on? And so my initial thought, and this is probably like a large part of the problem, but my initial thought was that, okay, so we had all of that heavy rain, and this is clay. So it held on to that water for a really long time. And it probably like rotted some of the lower roots, which would have left it with only surface roots, which means that some of the top would started to die. That all makes sense. I still think that's all right. And then when the heat came, all it had was roots that were close to the surface. All of these, all they had was roots that were close to the surface, if I'm correct, and the lower roots rotted. Then when the heat came, basically it cooked them. This is my theory. Well, I keep thinking about it and I'm like, but so many plants in so many locations. This happened weeks ago. Wait a minute. Perennial doesn't mean eternal. So how long does sage live? 3 to 4 years. This plant was 4 years old. Okay. Backspace, oregano. How long does oregano live? 3 to 5 years. 4 years old. 4 years old. 3 years old. And then I didn't even look up catnip. I just figured it's the same. That catnip is like, we put that in 20. So yeah, perennial doesn't mean eternal, Mikair. So what I should have done is propagated it probably every year and just start a new patch. So the oregano had spread where it had rooted itself. And so I think that's probably just going to become the new oregano patch. The sage is done. The oregano that's in this guild is starting to come back like on its edges. And then the one down there is doing the same thing. And then the catnip, actually, see, it's got some life like at its base right here. And yes, cats lay on it, so, you know. But I didn't cut it all the way back. It still had some living things on it, so hopefully it'll bounce back, but I do need to get another one started. That's almost all. There's one more thing I want to show you because it's really exciting, and I just saw it and I forgot about it until I saw it. So hang on, let me show you this thing. Let's just have a little flyover of the potted area on my way there. My asparagus is looking pretty good. Peppers need more foliar spray, so does that raspberry. Soil problems that I was telling you about, evidence of soil problems, and then here we are. Look at this. This is spotted bee balm, Monarda punctata. That might be right. I think that's right. I'm moving over here, and then the dam goes like this, and then there's people who live over here, and there's people who live over there, and over there, and over there. But anyways, I went along the dam, and I was over here by these people's house, and outside of their property on their road to the dam, and I saw these growing, and I have tried to start spotted bee balm from seed, and I have not had a single seed take. And so we were out there with the person who lives over there and some of us, and I was just like, oh my god, it's Monarda punctata. And so I asked her if I could dig some up. It's kind of mostly in its native soil. They're gorgeous, and I am so excited, and I'm gonna start trying to like take cuttings from this and root it. I think I can do like cut them like there so that they have a node in that I can put in water, maybe 2 nodes in water, take the flower off. Yeah, I'd love to leave one here like as a gift to this land from that land. My blood to coffee ratio is still off, so I need to go get some more coffee in me. I hope you have a great day. Enjoy your garden if you can get out there, even if you got to get out there late. I hope you find some nice surprises and find some fun projects to do. Watch this video next because YouTube really thinks you need to see it, and because watching more of my videos helps me get monetized. Later, y'all. And I just stepped on a paper wasp, so that's gonna hurt for a while. Bye!